Hi everyone, it's Mrs. Gershon here. We're going to continue our work with suffixes this week. We have kind of an interesting sort because we are going to be taking base words and we're going to be adding on ION onto those words. And they ultimately do change the sound of the ending sound of our base word. So as our headers this week, you're going to see base words that end in CT. Over to the opposite side, base words ending in SS. Now, really this week, we're only adding on ION to the base word. The base word itself is not going to change the spelling. We just have the TION here because those base words are going to end with a T. And we have SION because those base words are going to end with an S, and then adding ION. Now, like I said before, we're going to be focusing on how ION changes the sound of the ending sound of those words. So let's go ahead and take a peek here. We have in our first column, collect, expression, protection, construct, selection, confession, oppression, discussion. Oppression meaning that somebody is not being included or given what they need to be given because of a certain reason. Then we have collection, protect, subtraction, connect, possess, connection, impress, and confess. Last column, we have express, discuss, select, oppress, subtract, construction, possession, and impression. Now, looking at those words, we're going to go through and we're going to talk about how the ending sound changes when you add ION onto those words. So let's take our first bold word, collect. We have an ending of CT. So collect is the base word and it ends in CT. Now, if you hop right over next door, you have the word collection. You have the suffix being added, ION. The base word does not change the spelling, you're just adding ION. Now let's listen to the sound in collect. When you say collect, the last sound you hear is the T sound. But when you add the ION and you say the word collection, you hear the sh sound now. You hear the hard C, collection. The T sound disappears and then you hear the shun sound. Our next word is when our base word ends in SS. Again, you're only adding ION here as the suffix. The spelling doesn't change. But the ending sound will change this base word of express. When you say the word express, you hear the S sound at the end. But when you say the word expression, the ION makes the ending sound a sh instead of a s sound. That sound disappears, that S sound disappears. So let's kind of put this to use with our words. We have the base word in the second column, second word down, we have protect. You hear that T sound at the end, protect. And then over here, you have the base word protect. You're adding on the ION. Sorry, I went over the T there a little bit. So you hear protection, protection. You hear the sh sound instead of the T at the end of that word. Let's do one more SS word. I'm trying to find where my word... Oh, discussion is all the way down there. Let's see if I can find something a little bit closer. Okay, here we go. We have the base word confess. I'm down here at the bottom. And when I add the ION onto it, again, the spelling doesn't change. It still ends with the S, but we're not going to hear the S sound at the end anymore. We're going to hear the sh sound. So we have confession, confession. I don't think there are really many words this week that you are not going to understand the meaning of. We really just want you to focus in on how does the base word end, and when you add ION onto those words, how it ultimately changes the sound of the ending of that word. If you have any questions about any of the words, please raise your hand and I can come around and help you. It's time to grab your scissors. Happy sorting.